I think it's safe to say that Liverpool season has been nothing short of a disaster, and there are multiple reasons to why that has happened, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure you guys would agree with me as well. Now, if we go back to last year, Liverpool had just won the league. They won it with maybe a couple games to spare, if I remember correctly, and they won it against Tottenham, I believe. Actually, quite a few games to spare because they won it quite early, and obviously my team, Arsenal, who are, by the way, current Premier League champions. Look how beautiful that shirt looks, by the way. Got the Champions 26 on the back, and we also have the gold badge on there. But enough of that for now. We'll leave that in the background here because we've got to talk about the other champions from last season, and that is Liverpool. And like I said, they have had a horrible season. It started from their signings because we all thought they would walk away with the league, and that was probably me and quite a few fans because you seem right. They won the league, they won it by a margin in the end, and you saw the signings like Alexander Isak, Florian Wirtz, Kirkes, who played well at Bournemouth for a couple of years. You saw them signings, even Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen, who I don't actually rate in particular, but they got him as well. And you're thinking to yourself, Liverpool are strengthening. They're spending record amounts of money. They broke the British transfer record twice. First with Wirtz, and then with Isak. You're seeing Arsenal sign players, which is fair enough, and you're seeing City not really addressing what they needed to address. Um, and you're thinking, right, they actually might walk away with this league. Liverpool actually might do what they done last year, but on a bigger scale, because now they've got better quality in attack. Which, you know what, even to this day, having Isak in your team and having Wirtz in your team is adding quality. However, that is not what it turned out at all. And the main problem isn't the players that they brought in, because I do believe Isak and Wirtz will be a success to Liverpool. It's the manager is the reason why. And I'm saying this now because they've obviously brought in, or it's been confirmed by Fabrizio that Andoni Iraola from Bournemouth is joining Liverpool, and it could be a massive thing for them, and it could be what they needed. Because in Slot's first season, he done the right thing, and that was to use a bit of the blueprint that works under Jurgen Klopp, and that was the quick transitions with Salah. Oh, why am I lagging? Hold on, why am I lagging? Oh, we're back. The quick transitions with Salah. You got the likes of Gakpo there. You got Trent playing them balls in behind. He's got a good ball on him, and you're thinking, right, that's what he needs to do going forward. He's found a system that works. He added a bit more control defensively. That's wouldn't really what you associate a Jurgen Klopp team with, but Arne Slot added that. Fair play to him. And then the second season comes, and you're thinking he ain't going to change much. Why would you want to change much? Even if anything, Isak suits a system like that because he's a goal scorer and he likes to run in behind. So having that quick transition football is ideal. But we see Arne Slot do what Ten Hag done for Manchester United. He kept it simple in the first season, had a successful season, and then decided to put his own philosophy down, completely eradicate what happened last season in terms of style of play, and it massively faltered. The football we were seeing Liverpool play this season, or the season just gone, it was timid. There was hardly any patterns of play. They were defensively weak. And that was mostly down to their midfield because their midfield was wide open. I associate the situation just like Ten Hag with Man United. I remember when Man United played Wolves, opening day of the season 2023-24, they beat Wolves 1-0, but they were getting cooked constantly. and Wolves were lucky not to win that game, and they unfortunately lost. We see that with Liverpool. They beat Bournemouth, Newcastle, Arsenal, Burnley, and I want to say Manchester United. No, I'm not quite sure who it was, but they won 5 in a row in the first 5 games. The signs were there, especially in that Bournemouth game. Semenyo was ripping through them for fun. I remember the Newcastle game. Newcastle were down to 10 men. Was still attacking Liverpool. Got it to 2-2, and then Liverpool won it in the end with the goal from Rio. The signs were there. The signs were there that they were not the same team from last season, and they were getting cut open. And then we saw after that 5-game spell what Slot was really on. They were losing games constantly. They were dropping further and further down the table, and they end up now having an absolute disastrous season. Mo Salah's left. We've seen the massive fallout from him. Konate's just been announced to join Real Madrid, which I thought he was going to stay at Liverpool, personally. Had to drink that like that because for some reason I can't pause the fucking stream on OBS, but oh well. And yeah, Robertson's left, and you're thinking to yourself, what's next? And then it gets announced that Slot leaves and Iraola's available, and they get Iraola. Now, I think I've got mixed feelings about it. I think it's a good appointment in terms of style of play. We know the football that Iraola wants to play. He wants to be on the front foot. He wants to attack. He wants to have patterns of play. He is the perfect manager for Liverpool, providing they do the business in the transfer market. Because, in my opinion, they need another DM. They need another midfielder. Gravenberg has not been the same he was as this last season. But in all fairness, the side of play didn't affect it. McAllister looks awful. Awful. They need a right back because Bradley had that that really scary injury, and then Frimpong for me is not good enough. Obviously now they need probably a couple centre backs because I think Jacquet's injured, Leone got injured early on, and Konate's left. So Van Dijk and Gomez are the only centre backs really. I'm not sure what's happened to Gomez or what's happening to him. It looks like Curtis Jones may leave as well from reports. They need a lot of investment, and it's not even crazy to say that they need the exact level of investment, possibly even more. Not to just add quality, but just to fix simple areas, because their squad at the minute needs a massive overhaul. And to be fair, in terms of the attack, it didn't unfortunately with the passing of Diogo Jota, they lost him anyway, so they had to replace him. I say replace him, it's not very nice term to say, but they had to replace him already in the last summer. Obviously that was out of their hands, but they need more in attack in my opinion. Gakpo's not good enough. Obviously Salah's gone. They need a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how they back Iraola, because I'm not sure how if the Liverpool board will back him properly, because their board, although they spend the money, they never really do often, and they left it way too late to sack Arne Slot. They should have done this back in maybe January or even earlier. But listen, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Sorry, fucking hiccups, Jesus Christ. Is Iraola a good appointment? Will they back him? Who should Liverpool get? And yeah, it is what it is. Like, sub, and share. Do whatever you have to do. I'll see you guys in a bit.